Holliman, Fifth Ward Problem Solving Team Officer. I do I work primarily in the foot patrol unit aspect, and been with the department about 5 years, and I've been in the Fifth Ward about 2.5 years now. We have 11 officers assigned to the problem solving team unit, and out of those 11 officers, 4 of those are assigned to the Fifth Ward. So primarily, we take care of ongoing issues within the Fifth Ward.
Gotcha,
we will extend out if assistance is needed outside of that ward.
Gotcha.
But primarily, the 4 of us are in the Fifth Ward. Absolutely. So every ward meeting in the Fifth Ward, we do a crime data stats update from the previous month all the way up until that meeting date. So about a 30-day window, 31-day window. We give an update on what events occurred, especially with the Part 1 crimes, robberies, burglaries, shootings. Sure. From a police aspect, like I said, I've been here 5 years, and the first year I was here, we had approximately 50,000 calls for service, and that's just police alone, not including the fire. Since then, it has since reduced. Last year, we were in the mid-30s, so about a 15,000 call reduction, which to me seems as if the crime reduction is going down as well. We're talking violent crime. We're just talking about calls
crime,
for service.
period.
Well, no, not even really crime, but just calls for service.
Gotcha.
That people are requesting of the police, whether that's criminal in nature or civil in nature, things like that. Those calls have decreased over the few years. On a law enforcement basis, and even on a personal basis, crime it affects the city negatively. You know, it makes people feel unsafe and things like that. So, you know, someone losing their life is an unfortunate circumstance. Nobody under any circumstance should lose their life.
Absolutely.
I know things happen, and you know, as a member of the law enforcement community, we try our best to make sure that we put ourselves in positions where we can stop things from happening. Where we believe things may occur, we try to put ourselves there to stop it. But comparing Evanston to Chicago or any other city, violence in general affects us all negatively. Whether you know, we're here in Evanston and somebody is in Chicago getting killed, you know, from a human aspect, from a human standpoint, it shouldn't sit well with anyone. Personally, I know people deal with adversity differently. So you know, some people are violent in nature. Some people, you know, they'll walk away. They're non-confrontational. So when we respond to violent situations, I kind of want to know what happened, what caused it to get here, and between the two parties, if it is just two parties, what is it that we can figure out for the two of you all to not make this happen again, and things like that. So it does have an effect. To the extent on me, I'm not 100% sure. You know, I may find out down the road. But yeah, it does go home. Sometimes I get the opportunity to tell my wife about some stories that happened and some of the things I had to do today, because of course she adds, you know. And in her mind, she probably thinks that you know, we live the bad boy life, you know, the movies, the movie police life. When it's not like that in general, you know, a normal day is a normal day here in Evanston is not a very violent day. You know, we have our days where some violence may jump off, where shooting may occur and things like that. But I try not to. I try not to take it home. There's some things that I use, exercising, cooking, landscaping, things like that take my mind away from the job, especially when I get home. Outside of the Fifth Ward, well, I'll put it to you like this. Violence affects everybody, or it should affect everybody. I know a lot of times, and I've seen it, and not just in Evanston, but just across the country and around the world, especially with social media, Facebook, Instagram, and things like that, with the glorification of violence. A lot of people are of the mindset, me and mine. If it's not affecting me, my family, my well-being, then, you know, they tend not to put a lot of stock into it or keep up with it. And so if you're not really keeping up with the crime or really, you know, have that knowledge that is going on, then you can't really follow it or say, you know, what can they do to make things better. So, you know, as far as it going outside the Fifth Ward, I haven't really spoken with people outside of the Fifth Ward to see to see how they feel about violence citywide. But from what people have said in the Fifth Ward, it does seem like the Fifth Ward is an island to them. That's a good question, and this is a question I've given a lot of thought to, and I'll explain what I mean by that in a second. But one of the things that we have to do is teach the kids nowadays conflict resolution, better conflict resolution. A lot of the youth we see in Evanston are turning to aggravated violence. What I mean by that is using weapons, guns, and things like that to settle differences. You know, and a lot of people say back in the day, "Oh, we used to fight and all that other stuff." Right. I mean, that was with me growing up.
But there's some truth to it.
It is some truth to it. From what I'm saying, even outside of Evanston, is no one's fighting anymore. You know, no one's having that physical altercation where, you know, we can settle things here and then move on. They're taking it to guns. And the reason why I put so much thought into that is because within our unit, we do things with a lot of youth. And so some of the things that we do is we go and we read to kids and things like that. But built into that, we try to mentor them as well at the young ages. And one of the things that I think is important is conflict resolution, showing the children how to deal with their issues and how to go forth and go about dealing with those things. Going back just a little bit, so yeah, we do the Citizens Police Academy. That's for adults aged 18 and up. Okay. But going back to the kids, we have what we call a Youth Citizens Police Academy, and that's fairly new. I think we've had 2 sessions so far, and that usually goes in the summer, sometime for a week in July. And we also do a few other things with the youth. But last night, or 2 nights ago, we hosted a town hall meeting, and that was where the police department and the city got together and said, let's host a meeting for people of every ward of the entire city to get together, put together their ideas to see what it is that they want from their police department. How do they want their police officers trained? What do they want to see different and things like that? Because we're going to go through sometime next year, or sometime this year, I'm sorry. We're going to go through diversity and inclusion training, hosted by Dr. Logan, and he's going to take all of the data that he collected from that night, and he's going to model his training around, you know, the information that the citizens gave as far as what they want to see with us. Foremost, I would say, put the guns down. You cannot solve an issue with a gun. If it's so bad of an issue that you can't solve it amongst yourselves, then take a step back, ask somebody, ask another adult. Hey, say, hey, listen, I'm going through this, I'm going through that. What do you suggest? A lot of the adults have gone through something similar to what you're going through, so they'll probably have the answer, or at least direct you or order your steps in a way that can lead you to a better resolution than taking someone's.